Hey guys, welcome to part 2 of finishing touches. So we're going to knock out the final 10 layouts. So I'm just going to be continuing the same techniques I used during the first half of final touches. Again, just using my dies and these word stickers to just add a couple more details to really make the page feel finished. Again, using my little tag die to do a little focal point here, pulling in some more of the scrap papers that I've already incorporated on this page. So adding some hearts and threading that twine or that tag with some black and white twine to kind of tie it all together. I love these little mini tags I mentioned in the last part, so definitely want to continue to sprinkle them throughout the rest of the book, as well as some full-size tags if I feel like I need an extra layer somewhere. So added that to kind of the blank space in that photo. I kind of felt like with the film strip, that area was nice. I just wanted something of interest kind of closer to the photo. Added my color shine and my Nuvo drops. And I think I move on. That one and this one, I don't know if I use word stickers. I might go back and add them. I'm not sure if this was when I forgot them or I intentionally left them off. But for this one, I kind of feel like there's enough busy paper and layers to not have to add too much. I did want some word stickers, so added that to the photo, and then just finishing off with these white Nuvo drops, which I love how those pop off the black background. For this one, I also loved the layers, but I already had created this kind of base of a cluster, so I definitely want to put something up there to give it purpose. With the back layer being this green, I thought it'd be nice to pull in a heart of that same green color, so that's all I'm doing is die cutting that green heart to overlap up there, which I think is kind of the perfect little thing to finish that out. So I'm just going to get that popped up on. I don't know if I back this one. I think I do back this one with some scrap pieces of paper. I tried to cut a lot of this out of this process since I knew it was the most tedious part of the last video. So most of this you won't have to watch. I'll kind of bring it off screen and then cut to when I put it on the page to spare you guys during this process, which really helped with squeezing these 10 layouts into a shorter video. So popped those two word stickers on here, now doing the color shine and Nuvo drops. Then again, we will move on. So this portion goes a lot faster. This whole video will be a lot faster now that I kind of know how I'm finishing all the pages. You'll also see I'm not doing clusters of 3 when I do the Nuvo drops on every page. I was worried if I did my usual cluster of 3, it would just look way too monotonous flipping through all these pages. So I mix it up a little bit. I have a cluster of 2, cluster of 3, one single Nuvo drop scattered around the page on some of these just to make it a little bit more interesting and kind of flow without identical finishing touches, even though if I'm using the same products, if that makes sense. This one, there was definitely too much open space, so I wanted to do another one of these little mini tags. So I decided to go in with the black. Just because the black I felt like needed more representation on this page. I'm going in with a green and a pink heart, I think. I switched it up a little bit. I initially did that green heart, but then the dark green on the black tag were just getting kind of muddled. So I think I do switch the green to that pink heart I just cut. And then I decide to layer this little piece onto the pink heart instead, if that makes sense. So I'm gonna get these little pieces inked and glued together, and then that'll be my little embellishment for this page. And then I'll go in with the Nuvo drops and color shine. Again, it does these little tags are so cute. But yeah, I really love how this book came together. I cannot wait until I can do the flip through. It's really hard right now because I have all my pages laid out on the floor drying, which I'll show you at the end of this video so you can see how all the pages look next to each other. But all I want to do is load them in the book and do a flip through. But I know myself, and if I don't wait a couple days, some of these Nuvo drops are going to get smushed or something. I don't know. So I'm just going to try to wait until the last minute to film the flip through so I can make sure the Nuvo drops and everything are as dry and solid as possible. But before I got that little mini tag glue down, I just did my HeiSoft Color Shine. I'm going to get that little mini tag popped down, and then my Nuvo drops, I'm pretty sure, and my word stickers. I definitely needed word stickers on this one because with that white marble background, which I love, I just think I needed a little bit more black representation on this page. So doing that little mini tag and then the little word stickers really help that color pop a little bit more. So there's that one. This one, again, I feel like this page is very full and complete, so I don't feel like I need to do too much. But again, I do have this little base of a cluster started, so I just want to put, again, another little mini tag down there just to sit in that little section. I thought about just doing a heart, but I had to do another little tag. These aren't going to be on every page, but there are a couple next to each other on some of these pages just because I couldn't help myself. They're so adorable. Inking that one, getting it threaded with twine, and then finishing touches. That's all I had to do on this one. I think this one looks pretty full with having a 4x6 photo and then the film strip along the bottom, so that's really all I feel like this one needed. Again, popping this little tag up on some layers of paper just to give it a little bit of extra dimension. Yeah, I didn't cut that one out because I still want you to kind of see what I did with all the word stickers and everything, but it definitely helped trimming that process out of most of this video. So there's the color shine, just adding to a couple small areas, and then just a couple little dots of the Nuvo drops. Again, I'm really trying to keep it minimal on this one. There's not a whole lot of space. But I think that's just enough to make it flow with the rest of the pages. And then again, another picture of Kevin. This one and the next one, I think, are the ones I just completely forgot about the word stickers, and then I had to go back and add them once I got to the next page after this one and the next one and use the word stickers. I was like, oh, I don't think I put these on the last two pages. So you'll see this one again a little bit later down the video. But again, with these two layered banners, I just felt like it was a perfect spot to put something. And I definitely wanted to do some hearts. I thought about the green at first, but it looks very confusing having that green heart over the pink banner with the green banner behind it. So I decided to go for the white marble instead, and there's a lot more contrast once I ink that in black. So this white heart you can't really see very well right now, but it looks a lot more visible once I ink it in black. And then I just wanted to layer another heart on it. So I think I'm doing either black or green. I can't even see. I think it's a smaller green one that I did, but it doesn't look as confusing when it's layered over the marble. So I'm just going to get those inked and glued down. And this might be another one I add a tag. I'm not sure. I could just go, I don't want to have to get up though. I could just go look at all the layouts on the floor and see what I ended up doing. Usually when I do my voiceovers, I have my layout right in front of me so I can remember. But since they're all just laid out drying and this process is so quick, yeah. Oh, I was going to add a tag, but then I realized the page next to it has a tag already, and I thought it made them look way too similar. So I actually decided to add a notebook punch detail instead of a tag. And I think that looks a lot better. So yeah, I forgot about that. I'm glad I brought that page in so I could remember why I decided to not go for the tag. But this little pink notebook edge punch I think was perfect. So I'm going to get that down, and then finishing touches because I was so excited about this notebook edge detail that I forgot about the stickers. So I'm going to get the Nuvo drops down and move on, and you'll see this one in a couple pages when I remember I didn't add any stickers. And then here's the next one. Again, this is the one I originally added the first tag that made me want to add tags to every other page. And now that I officially have included the twine throughout the rest of the book, I feel like I can finally thread this tag. So that's the very first thing I did. And then I just felt like I wanted to layer something up around the tag. I wasn't sure if I wanted it on the tag, but I just needed a little extra something. So I'm just punching out a couple hearts to kind of go in the upper right hand corner just to fill out that little section, which I think is nice. This is the page I finally used that very busy black and white geometric pattern as a mat. And so I did want to incorporate that within my layers. I thought about doing a tiny tag in that pattern, but it's way too busy. You can't even read what it is. It's so confusing with that pattern. But the heart, I think once I ink it in black, you can see it really well, and it helps tie that geometric mat into another part of the page. So I do like that heart up there and that kind of green heart to tone it down a bit. But once you ink it, I think that was the right call. So I'm just going to get that glued down. I think these little hearts were really all this page needed until I realized I wanted to add some word stickers. So this one and the prior page I'll come back to, but I'm going to end up moving on because I just got excited about how the finishing touches were coming and forgot about one of the things I really wanted to include on most of the pages. So gold Heidi Swapp Color Shine is done, adding a couple of my white Nuvo drop clusters. I think this is another one where I did 3 drops on the tag, 2 on the photo, and then 1 random one over there. I think it just creates that visual triangle without it being too matchy-matchy. And then there's this page, which is that busy black and white background, which I'm glad I included. It adds some interest to break up kind of the more subtle patterns. But I felt like I needed to add something to break it up a little bit. So again, back with my die cutting machine, adding a couple hearts to that little banner that I added. I think that was the perfect little touch down there. And then I decide, I think, to add some of those black phrase word stickers into the upper right hand corner to help give some bold black up there to tie into the bold black banner, but also break up the geometric pattern a little bit. So I'm just going to go through and find a couple. And I think that I just needed something to draw your eye away from all the busy pattern. I think that offsets the black banner really well too. So got that down, gold Heidi Swapp Color Shine down, and Nuvo drop down. And then I will, I think, bring in the other 2 pages I forgot about and get those done before I move on. But yeah, that's when I realized, I was like, oh, I need some word stickers for these layouts too. So just adding a couple onto this photo, the photo with Kevin, and then a couple to this green tag that I felt like was looking a little bit too bare. And I feel like that's kind of all those pages needed. I just needed some of those word stickers on there. This one, again, I feel looks very nice and complete with the die cut. So I'm just doing some gold Heidi Swapp Color Shine again at a couple big blobs, which I love how regular splatter looks on the page. I love when there's occasional big blobs like that, but they do take a long time to dry. And sometimes if you don't soak up the extra, you get those oil rings. So I did go in with a little bit of paper towel just to soak up a little bit of it. But yeah, added some word stickers and Nuvo drops, and that one was done. And then this is the final page that I had completed. So I just, again, doing my color shine, wanted to add one more full-size tag as a layer. I felt like that left side of the page was just looking a little bit too bare. So pulling in another scrap piece of that watercolory black that's around that green mat as the tag. Using, I think I went with a black hole reinforcer just to go with, I felt like the black just made more sense on this page for some reason. And then I'll add my word stickers and Nuvo drops. But definitely glad this video went a lot faster. It really did once I figured out what I was doing as my finishing touch to get through them all. And so, yeah, I'm really excited. So the next video, guys, we'll see will be the flip through. And hopefully anyone playing along got their books done before Christmas. I tried really hard to get these posted earlier than originally planned so that it'd be done. But here is all my layouts laid out on the floor. Just so you can kind of get a brief overview of how they all look together. And then I will see you guys in the flip through. I'm so excited to see the final product. Thanks for watching. Bye.